Baile Mhuire are very happy to announce that we have purchased the Mercy Convent here in Balloonagh. We have been on site for a number of years as a tenant and have built a day centre on the site, and we have looked at the expansion of services that we need to look at over the next number of years, and the board has made the decision to purchase the convent and the grounds, in total 7 acres. The main reason that Baile Mhuire is looking at doing this is we can see the requirements, the needs for older people based on the services that we have had for the last 30 odd years. And we have an ageing population, and we're in the largest town within Kerry, and we can see a massive requirement for a space so that we can expand the services over the next 5, 10, 15 years. This won't happen overnight, so it presents a unique opportunity where we are based in the heart of town to expand our services on the grounds of the convent. For Baile Mhuire and the board, what we have looked at is that this is a process that's going to take 5 to 10 years at a minimum, because the building is a restricted structure in terms of it's a protected structure. So therefore, anything you do, you have to do it in mind that you keep the integrity of the building, but also trying to bring the building up to modern standards so that you can have old people safe and well and looked after within the grounds of the building. And also, obviously, it will come down to resources and money. And for us, that then is putting forward a plan that's reasonable and takes into account the number of people that will age over the next 10 or 15 years. And we have some figures on that. We have a good idea of what we're looking at over the next number of years. So it's a process, and we're working on what we're calling a master plan. So we're going to think out 10, 15 years and then do it in chunks as we go along based on the resources that we will have and that we can accumulate. Within Ireland, there are a number of other units similar, and in particular I'm thinking of one above in Kildare, which we have visited and looked at, and it's been a fantastic reference point for us, and also has been run by a voluntary board, and it's an old convent, and they have turned it into a beautiful setting for older people with not a huge amount of money. Yes, it's into the millions, but if you think of the overall aspect of it and how it affects the older people, I think within Kildare they have something like 50 older people living on site with lots of resources, lots of services available to them on the campus. And that's what we want to look at overall throughout the next 5, 10, 15 years. And while our master plan will have a broad vision, obviously as we go along, things may change due to circumstances and what the requirements for older people are. Within the 7 acres, and as we're standing here, is the church. That's the first aspect of the building. You have the church, you have the convent, and you have a McAuley home, which would have been a nursing home for the nuns. And then you would have our own day centre, which is alongside us, which we would have built ourselves. And then you would have some ground, some land, which can be developed as we go forward. And all this is what we're looking at is over a period of time, probably 5, 10, 15 years. And we're developing a master plan which will look at the needs of older people and take into account what we already have as a day centre, working with our stroke service, and what else is required for older people and what we can accommodate within the complex here in Baile Mhuire and within the convent grounds.